What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and yesterday I did a video on CBR out grifting me in Velma. That's gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to start looking into doing more pointless Velma videos now to combat CBR. But I noticed an article from a author or writer, blogger, person, individual who honestly should be out of a job. From Kotaku. I saw a Kotaku article that we're gonna have to go over. I'm sorry, it's too much. It's too good to pass up. And this individual who I'm shocked is still employed and probably makes like 5 cents a blog. It's me and her duking it out again. Homophobes are review bombing The Last of Us show by CC Zhang. Okay, so first off, before we go into the byline and all that stuff, who's CC Zhang? Well, CC Zhang did the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet punishes fans for being filthy casuals. She did the we need to start holding Japanese RPGs to a higher standards. And she did the Final Fantasy 16 dev has a terrible answer for why the game is so white. Man. CC, I'm home. Let's do this again. And by the way, I'll show you. CC does interesting things. She does some interesting articles. Put out one. Xbox Phil Spencer says Microsoft 10K layoff hurt an email to staff. Not that important. She'll do an article here or there that I just have to address. And she was doing good for a while. I wasn't having to go toe-to-toe with her until the new one. Until today. Hi, Cece. I know you missed me. You probably don't even know I exist, but I didn't miss you. Anyways, the straights are not happy about being forced to watch gay men have a normal human interaction with one another. Let's take my breakdown of the episode and the way I'm 100% confident in saying the episode was overall pointless. I get it, Pete Mahler and Drinker, Jeremy, all sorts of people disagree with me. I think the episode was pointless. It was, honestly, yes, it was forced agenda. I'm not saying mad that they were gay. No, I'm saying I'm disappointed at how over the top it was. I didn't feel like these were the actual characters we had. At the same time, my other complaints were it doesn't make sense to have this perfect little cul-de-sac right outside of a city, a suburb of a city, be still standing even with the reinforced fences due to the cordyceps changes that they established in episode 2. I critiqued the way the cordyceps virus became a thing. I talked about how Ellie's now a sadistic psycho, and Joel is still pathetic, for lack of a better term. I never had a problem with Bill and Frank being gay because guess what? Bill and Frank are gay in the game. I have more of a problem with how they changed them because they changed them drastically. In the game, they ended up not liking each other, but we can't show that. They can't show that. And also, only Frank offs himself, not Bill. And he offs himself actually for a valid reason. But now it's because they just grew too old to with each other. Anyways, every day I'm begging the straights to be normal about men who kiss each other. Can I ask something? Can we just make this term derogatory now? I can't. Why my highlighter is not working on this article for some reason, but it sounds so demeaning to call somebody a straights. I'm not going up to you and go like, "Hey, straight." That sounds rude. I feel Sexuality shaming. That's what I get it. The Last of Us. The Last of Us seems to have caused many of them to lose their gosh darn minds. The cause of their mass dissatisfaction, two men having a loving relationship on an HBO show. As of time of writing, 1/4 of the rating on IMDb are listed as 1 star. Well, pulled up IMDb. Long time. Overall score. Where is it again? Where was it? I might have to go back. Oh, right here. I think this is for the overall show. Yeah, the overall show. 7.9 out of 10. Okay. Well, let's look at some of the reviews. Shall we? Scrolling. Well, going all the way back up to the top. Well, we got 10 out of 10. Something special. 9 out of 10. An odd ode to a life of love. 10 out of 10. Oh My Heart. 10 out of 10. A masterpiece of episodic television. 10 out of 10. One of the most beautiful, moving episodes I have ever watched on television show. 10 out of 10. Don't be fooled by the rating. This was storytelling executed beautifully. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Okay. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 9 out of 10. 10. 6 out of 10. Bill and Frank's story was too long. Yeah, I'll give you that. I know I saw one that was lower than 6. 4 out of 10. Waste of time. Was it a beautiful episode? Sure, but I have zero interest in dedicating 1 hour to a love story between side characters when there is so much more to the story and the game. And of course, I'm talking about the story affecting Joel and Ellie. The episode was well done for what it was, but doesn't fit the series. Ooh. It killed momentum, and we didn't get to see cool action scenes. Dialogue between the characters interacting with Bill. Yeah. There's even a scene in this episode that caters to action, but it was so lazy done. Bill was unprepared, and it was over in a minute with no stakes at all. Yeah. The only thing I feel that they took an hour away from us when they could have built up Joel, the action of the relationship with Joel, Ellie, and Bill. Action or the relationship. Yeah. 10, 10, 10, 8, 10, 9, 5. Incredibly overrated. I like this episode as a standalone story, but those screaming fans that it's the greatest episode on television in history obviously forgot that TV used to be much better than it is now. Ooh. You see, I'm not seeing the kill the momentum after 2 great episodes. Yeah, I'm not seeing the homophobia. I'm not. 10, 9, 10, 10, 10. I'm not even seeing a 1 star. 3. And here we go. This episode started well and gave it an insight into the initial days of the outbreak and one of the main side characters in the game, Bill. It began to build up, and 30 minutes in I was really looking forward to the interactions with Bill and Ellie that were had in the game, but it never came. Ooh, that sounds more like somebody who's a fan of the game and probably already understands that, hey, they're gay. In the game, Bill is a fanatic character. Badass, crazy, probably bats, I don't know, and quirky. The chapters in the game where he is involved are some of the most tense. Joel suspended from a trap and infected, coming from all sides, and he is trying to protect Ellie while shooting upside down to the high school and introduction of the bloater. Ooh, see, I don't see homophobia there or bigotry. Filler episode. Yeah, I'm just here to explain. Didn't like it, and not why you think. Ooh, see? Oh, right here. And it had nothing whatsoever to do with the fact that it features a same-sex relationship. Man. Definitely homophobia here. Definitely homophobia. Are you shocked that they misrepresented everything? And we're going to continue going on. But are you shocked? I just went through several different not great star ratings. And they all said, hey, it's not because of this. It's because they liked the game better. It's because they didn't like how it took away the story. They had reasons other than God. But let's get into it. They go over the third episode, and Bill, the HBO show, Bill and Frank build a home together. It's probably the best ending anyone can experience during a zombie apocalypse, regardless of sexuality. That I can agree with. That's why it doesn't fit in this show, especially with the cordyceps. The episode was universally praised by critics who found their relationship to be both incredibly moving and a triumph over the original events of the game. Doubtful. Anyways. Actually, Mahler and Drinker said they like the game version as well. They think they're both good. This is not a triumph over the game. Unfortunately, bigots can't appreciate a good thing. Many review bombers griped that the romance was a distraction from the leading protagonist. We spent almost 50 minutes on a romantic story that doesn't benefit the main story. How does that equal bigotry? Wrote one reviewer. How is that bigotry? This episode had nothing to do with The Last of Us. Yeah, complained another. Yeah, because this episode became like if it was a standalone episode here's a 50-minute show of two gay guys, have no problem. It's because it radically takes away from what The Last of Us is that I have a problem. To the next degree. First off, Neil Druckmann and show producer Craig Mazin criticized the tendency for video game adaptations to be overly faithful to the original. Man, that's Neil Druckmann right there. That's Neil Druckmann. So if the HBO show doesn't feel exactly like the video game, those creative decisions were made in order to improve the watchability of the adaptation. Yeah, I did hear Druckmann say they're going to look at it, and if they think that it makes it better, they're going to change it. I don't think it made it better. I don't. Secondly, the low rating is clearly disproportionate to the perceived cinema sin committed here. Took away from the game, took away from the actual story. Okay. Well, it continues on, and note how they're not linking us to the actual rating, downvote, whatever. They're just picking and choosing. Other review bombers were more forthcoming with the source of their discontent. Again, just another instance of small minority of people exerting their influence in Hollywood to push their agenda on the world. Yeah. Again, it's not this isn't outright criticizing them for being gay. This is people pointing out that, hey, this doesn't make sense within this world. It doesn't. The original story was so much better and actually had conflict. And also, again, they were gay in the original story and ended up hating each other. That's why it doesn't make sense. Yes, the universal gay agenda. That clearly why Bill and Frank are gay in both the original video game and the television adaptation. Note how they cut out parts but don't continue on. So yeah, you gotta note that. That's clearly why Bill and Frank are gay in both. Okay, it can't possibly be of a gay artist and the straight creators who are influenced by them. A cheesy chapter full of agenda and absolutely unnecessary. I agree. I agree again. It's not me criticizing them for being gay. That's me pointing out it was it was pointless. In the end, the story did nothing. You can say, oh, it's probably going to do this. Oh, it's going to be a foreshadowing this. I don't see it. I don't. Wrote another. I don't know, my dude. I think the queer kids who are struggling to see a future with themselves in it probably thought that it was necessary. Your main character, Ellie's gay because of Druckmann. This is one of the reasons why people started pointing out the agenda. They're hiding behind it. They're saying if you criticize this episode, you're a homophobe. This was one of the points I made earlier in the week. Again, Az called it. Shad called it. They are hiding behind the gay for a crappy episode. And they're saying if you don't like it, you're a homophobe. I just disproved her. Again, these could be positive review bombings for all I know. I'm just pointing out, I'm not seeing these. Here's one. The first boring episode. I can agree with that. 30% score for 30% of an episode. I can agree with that. I'm not seeing this bigotry that she's crying about. Missing something. I'm not seeing it. I feel like I've been catfished. I can agree with that. As a gay man, it was an alright episode. 7 out of 10. What the F happened? See, there's my first full-on 1 star. Out of a sea of 10 stars. They're hiding behind it. They don't want you to actually criticize what they think is beautiful and perfect. When I've pointed out holes left, right, and center. I still have. I don't think it's good. I don't think The Last of Us is good. But I don't know what else to say. Let me get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.